with new information comes new beliefs. Hey there, welcome to My Epic Journey. This is Brandon DeVere. Thank you, as always, for tuning in and sharing your time with me. I do appreciate that. Here we are on the journey from 600 to 0 to 600 plus and everything that lands in between. And today I want to talk a little bit about changing your mind. Not like changing your mindset, self-help, stuff like that, but I mean changing your mind. When you get new information, things change, beliefs change, ideas change, thoughts change. All of that stuff happens as you accumulate more information. Things I thought 10 years ago are things that I don't think that way anymore. Some things are still the same, some are not. But sometimes we don't give ourselves permission to change our mind, right? We've identified it as one way for so long that we can no longer go to the other side, even with that information. Like, we resist it so much. And a podcast that I had years ago was called Learn for Two. The idea was to learn with the intent to teach to others. It's very similar to this podcast in the way that I did it almost daily. I actually did it 5 days a week for a year, how I was trying to do this one, but obviously I slipped a couple times, especially recently. But the idea of it was to be a journey and go through, and even in just that 1 year, have basically like an online journal. And like for me, I lost my mother when I was 18. She was sick from about the time I was 12, didn't know who I was, from about 12 to till she passed away. But one of the things that I've always wished was that she would have left like I would give anything to go find like a journal of hers that said what she was thinking on like a random Tuesday in like 1984, and just wrote down like what her thoughts were, what was she like, because realistically I didn't really know her that well, right? The times that I remember of her are so early on, probably like from 4 to like 11, 12 before she started taking that decline. But what I wanted to also leave was something that my kids could go back and listen to. And one of the things that I wanted them to realize and learn, if they didn't learn it while I was alive, that they went back in time and listened to some of these episodes that I did, where they could hear that even just in that 1 year that I would have changed my mind on something, changed my stance on something, because I had new information coming to me. And I was thinking about that today. I went for a walk, went got a haircut, but on the walk I typically listen to a podcast or something like that. One of my good friends, Amber Flynn Jarrett, amazing agent out of Cookeville, Tennessee. I call her the Queen of Cookeville. She's an amazing person, amazing agent, and I think it makes her feel a little uncomfortable sometimes when I call her the Queen of Cookeville. But she's amazing, and she sent me a podcast that she was recently on, and I was listening to it, and it hit me at that time, because we met years ago on the same writing group. We had spent some time together and often exchanged text messages and things like that. But what what came to mind on there was something about where I've changed my mind in certain areas, and how I've been able, because she was talking about how mindset is such a big deal. And when she first got into the industry, she thought it was like all hokey and like, oh yeah, it's, get up and say your affirmations and stuff like that. But then after she kept getting more experience, she realized that the mindset was a big deal. And I 100% agree. And that's where I was, kind of the thought came to me about like what, certain things that I believed at one point, that I have a different mindset now. So like, perfect example right now is open houses. So open houses, I hated them for years. They drove me nuts. It just seemed like it was just a constant, like, nosy neighbors coming by. They just wanted to see, what does this house look like, stuff like that. And while that does happen, and I wasn't having any success with it, so of course I didn't like it. Well, I didn't really put much effort into it to be any good at it. I wasn't even doing them right. But then, I started, the more information that comes to me, I start to think about, okay, well now look at a couple things here. So for us, like, we're a cloud-based brokerage. For a cloud-based brokerage that you may or may not have an office. If you don't have an office, why wouldn't you make your an open house your office. You're going to be on your computer all day anyways. So if nobody shows up, whatever, you're working from this open house. Instead of going up and showing for 2 to 3 hours and just sitting there and playing on your phone, go set up shop like it's your office. You sit there for 8 hours. Go like and not only that you can do that work there, but go into a community that you want to be a big part of, right? Maybe it is your community, maybe it's not. Maybe it's a community you want to be in. Go do some open houses and go do an open house 4 or 5 days a week. It sounds ridiculous, but I guess what I'm saying is that with the idea that you moving your office to this location and you're getting people to see you all the time, your signs are out. You're getting people in that community to realize that you are a working agent. You're out there working. You're not just going to the office. You don't have an office, right? So you set it down. Now you're getting noticed in that area. If whether you're door knocking to go let people know that it's there out here in Vegas. Not a huge fan of door knocking either. One, I've heard some horror stories as far as like danger, but and two, the heat, especially coming up in the summer, not going to be fun to walk around door to door. But if you send out mailers or whatever it is, Facebook groups, posts on social media, wherever it is to get your traffic there, now you have traffic coming into your office and you're being seen all the time. So that information came to me, those ideas came to me. They didn't come out of nowhere. They were presented to me, and I was like, okay, this new information. Now I can see that open houses are a massive leverage. But if I wanted to be if I wanted to worry about somebody say, well, I thought you didn't like open houses. I've had people say that to me before. Like, I thought you didn't like this. And so that's what we worry about, is being able to change our mind, especially if we took a hard stance on something, right? Like, I hated open houses. It wasn't just that I wasn't like interested in them. I hated them. I didn't want to do them. People asked me if I want to do an open house. I said no interest at all. Now I'm like, open houses. That is, if you leverage it correctly, you will have great success with it. Even if that's the only thing that you did. If you became a professional open houser, don't think that's really a term, but you get what I'm saying. Like, the permission I gave myself to change that mindset and work in a different way is just all from new information. And this also got brought up the other day because one of my partners was talking about how much he enjoyed the company that he was with. And this was like 3 years ago. And he said, this is the game changer. This is what I want to be. This is this. And so now, fast forward 3 years, and he's with Epique, and he's like, this is the future. That was the future. This is the future. And people will get upset with him and be like, well, you said that about the last company. Well, like, did you just say that about every company? And he's like, no, at the last company, that is what I felt, until this new company offers new things. There's new information. There's new benefits. It's a new company. This company didn't exist when I made that comment. And then now I'm making that comment. So I just want to encourage people that, if there's something that you didn't necessarily believe in, or you did believe in, now you don't believe in it, or vice versa, you didn't believe in it, now you believe in it, because you have new information, that's okay. It is okay to change your mind. And it's just super frustrating when people won't change their mind or accept something just because they're too stubborn to have someone say, you know what? Yeah, but you said this before. You're right. I did say that before. I did say that I didn't like open houses. Now I do. New information. I didn't know how people were doing open houses and how they were leveraging it, for a cloud-based brokerage. I'd never heard of that before. Go there and make it your office. If the list or if the seller will allow you to host an open house for 8 hours a day, why not go make that your office for the day? That new information for me changed my mind on that. There's a bunch of other things, but I just wanted to share that one because I think that one is fairly simple to comprehend and understand why I would go from one side to the other. But yeah, think about something that maybe that you believed in 3 years ago that you don't necessarily believe in now, or something that you did believe in 3 years ago, that you didn't believe in 3 years ago that you do believe in now. So want to leave you with that. It's okay to change your mind with the new information that has come to you. So feel free to do so. All right, I will see you guys on the next one. Have a great one.